K Black Boxing, coming to you with another video. And in this video, I'm gonna talk about the other 140-pound fight that's happening. Mikey Garcia versus Adrien Broner. Um, and the reason why I'm talking about this, man, is because I've seen a couple of videos. Adrien Broner upset about him being a 5-1 underdog. Honestly, it's because of your own doing. It's crazy if you really look at it. Adrien Broner is the bigger fighter. He has a longer reach. He's more athletic. I'm pretty sure since he's the bigger fighter, he probably got even more knockout power. But be that as it may, he still is a 5-1 underdog, and the reason why is because of the discipline that he lacks. You see the Adrien Broner, you will see him. You will see more videos, even though he's a boxer, he's an athlete that get paid to do what he does. And you will see more interviews with him outside of the ring, outside of boxing, than you will see him actually training and stuff. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying he's not training, but when you do an interview with Adrien Broner and you ask him about a particular fight or whatever the case may be, and he says something like 100% focus Adrien Broner can beat anybody. Dude, you 30 plus fights in, you've been in this sport for I don't know how long. When are we going to see 100% focus Adrien Broner? We haven't seen him yet, and 9 times out of 10, we're not going to see him versus Mikey Garcia either. That's the reason why you're a 5-1 underdog. You see Mikey Garcia training hard. You see all these other fighters training hard. You the one, when you make statements like, well, the reason I want to make it 140 is because I'm still getting paid the same. Like, why would I make 140 if I can come in at 143, 144, 147 and still get paid the same? I mean, making statements like that is crazy within itself. You are a fighter that's supposed to be disciplined. And you man, your discipline level is low as hell, man. So that's why many people are picking Mikey Garcia. Even though he's small, even though he haven't even followed that weight class, many people are picking him because he's just more disciplined, man. And Mikey Garcia can, if you look at his record, he can crack himself, even though I say he haven't fought anyone as big as Adrien Broner, but you don't have to be the bigger man to deliver a punch, because sometimes it's not even about having brute strength. Sometimes it's about the punch delivery. Hit somebody when they don't see it coming. Voila. You got Adrien Broner, a person who don't even let his hands go half the time. He might throw, 2, 3, maybe 4 punch combo here and there, but for the most part, he kind of like waiting on counter punch and, throwing that straight right hand. He barely jab, so, I mean, and Mikey Garcia, he's a slow starter. He's a counter puncher. So I just, many people probably going to see him just eventually breaking Adrien Broner down, because Adrien Broner eventually is going to get tired. We just know the same shenanigans with Adrien Broner over and over. It's nothing new. So I'm not surprised that he's a 5-1 underdog. So he can say, I feel like Buster Douglas. He can make all the jokes and he can feel a certain way all he wants, but at the end of the day, it's plausible. It's crazy. I believe Jeff Horn was like a 6-1 underdog versus Manny Pacquiao, and rightfully so. The reason why, because many people didn't know Jeff Horn. And if they did know, they knew very little about him. So it's understandable. Manny Pacquiao having the name that he has. So that's the reason why. So Adrien Broner, I say all the attributes you have. Like I said, you're a bigger fighter. You fought bigger fighters. You got longer reach. You got possibly more power at that weight. You say that's your best weight. to fight. So you got to put everything on display. Since you're a fighter underdog, you got to upset the odds. I'm pretty sure once the fight get closer, it's going to get, it's going to cut down. But as of right now, you're still going to be the underdog. And let me go to the other more significant 140-pound fight, the unification, undisputed, Julius Indongo and Terrence Crawford. For the people who believe that Adrien Broner versus Mikey Garcia is more important than Terrence Crawford and Julius Indongo, as my father used to say, you ought to rabbit ass mind. Because this is no damn way that Adrien Broner versus Mikey Garcia, a fight is no title implications on the line whatsoever, is more important than Julius Indongo and Terrence Crawford, who is going for undisputed supremacy under the 40-pound division. Both these guys, Terrence Crawford and Julius Indongo, would give both Mikey Garcia and Adrien Broner all them problems that they can handle. So don't allow, just because Adrien Broner and Mikey Garcia might have maybe a bigger name, don't get caught up in the hype. Don't allow the media to brainwash you and make you believe that Mikey Garcia versus Adrien Broner is more important than Terrence Crawford and Julius Indongo. Because Terrence Crawford and Julius Indongo has the WBO, WBA, WBC, IBF, IBO, and the Ring Magazine all at one time fighting each other. And the winner of the fight is going to be undisputed king at the 140-pound division, as well as the number one pound-for-pound fighter in the sport. So get that out your fucking mind, man. Because it is no comparison. And like I said, the only reason why I'm even talking about the Adrien Broner and Mikey Garcia is because, I've seen read articles and also seen videos of Adrien Broner being upset since he's an underdog in a fight. And a major underdog fighter won. So I thought I would shed some light on it. And I'm not shedding on that fight because I believe it is, like I said, it's going to be a good fight on paper. Because they both got names and got a bigger following, as well as a bigger backing. But be that as it may, it's still not more important than Terrence Crawford versus Julius Indongo. Once those guys get on that level, and then we can start talking about it. And perhaps, who knows, man? Since they do got the name, I know Mikey Garcia did say that even if he win or lose, he's gonna go back down to 135. And if he beat Adrien, like I said, he's fighting Adrien Broner because it's an opportunity to they think Adrien Broner is food. I'm just being totally honest. That's the reason why they took it. It's an opportunity to fight him, beat him, just to get a big name under his belt, and then go back to the 135 and probably unify that division before actually moving up to 140. That's how I see it probably happening, man. So, go and cut this video short, man. It's K Black Boxing. Signing off. Like, comment, subscribe.